ready to receive. Even in the natural, you can't plant stuff on anywhere. It's got to be good ground. It's got to be good soil. You can't do that. I can't plant something in sand. Even though I don't know that much about planting, but I don't think I can plant nothing in sand. Because it's not going to grow. I can water to the cows. It's not going to grow. But if you get that good soil, and sometimes they go out and they buy this other kind of stuff to go in. What is this? Yes, they do. They do that. So if you're on good ground, Barnes, what are you trying to say about as far as the spiritual? If your ground is ready to receive that word, you can grow. Amen. But if you're not ready to receive that word, you can't grow. If you're ready, that means you can go higher. I don't care what come. I'm gonna get you. I don't care what come or what go. You'll be able to grow because you see what you needed. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Oh, good ground. Now you got this stony ground. All these weeds, all this stuff. This is over here. This is over here. Gossip is over here. Lying is over here. Running the streets over here. Talking about people over here. How are you going to grow? You can't grow in mess. Sometimes, and even she was talking about the wheat and the tare. Sometimes you plant. Y'all, I told you I don't know about that because I don't plant nothing. But sometimes, even in flowers, let me do that because my mom loved flowers. Sometimes she had to go out there and get the weeds. Off the flowers. Because if she didn't get the weeds out of the flower, it'd choke them and it'd kill them. Sometimes in the natural realm, in the spiritual realm, you got to get rid of the weeds. Well, Barnes, what is the weed? All that negative stuff that you're hanging around. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from people that mean you no good. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from family because they're not going to encourage you. They're going to pull you down. So when the word comes and they don't fill your head with your mess, you can't get the word. Because while you think about everything they say, everything. No. You got to have some good ground. Lord, help me to be able to receive that seed, that word, when that word is being planted. When that word is being planted on a ground that's good and fertile, it can grow. In the spiritual realm, when you are ready to receive, as somebody said, tell me when I'm wrong. When you're ready to receive, you can grow. When you're really ready. He said, now I can plant it on you because I know you can take it. So in other words, when the trials come and the tests come, I know you're still going to stand because you're good ground. You're a good foundation. I know you'll stand. When people, I'm going to get you. When people don't treat you right, you still gonna stand. When they look at you funny, you still gonna smile and keep it moving. And y'all, that's sometimes it's hard to do is to keep smiling. But I'd rather smile than to cry. Because I never would have never know when he got me down. But your good ground makes a difference. Let me get you now because I be done forgot. Yes, ma'am.
So another example, for instance, when there's a field, and you know when they plant crops,
yes,
sometimes they will skip a year before they plant again, and that's just to for that soil to be the nourishment to come back in.
Exactly.
And those are to ones who are in ministry and they get burned out.
Yes.
You know, so it is taking time because you have to replenish yourself
yes.
as well in order for you to give to someone else.
You know what? And good thing. Guess what? Jesus had to get away.
Right.
He had to get away because he was just almost burnt all the way out. And do you remember in the scripture when he told the disciples, he told them, boy, look, y'all want y'all to pray for me now. Y'all stay here. I need you to just pray. I'm going up here. I got to get away. I got to separate myself. Sometimes you got to separate yourself. Sometimes you have to sometimes you have to separate yourself. But the thing is this, make sure that the kind of ground that you have is receptive. That is good ground. Lord, I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to receive what you have for me. I'm ready to receive because I'm ready for a change because I know I'm not where I need to be. Y'all know when you're not where you need to be. Nobody got to tell you. You know when you ain't ready. You're not even where you need to be. But the thing is this, God, I'm ready to receive because I got good ground. I'm ready now. I can hear this. Even though I may be going through something, but yet still, I'm not going to let that deter me for where I need to be in you. That was powerful that she preached last night. There was a deep revelation in that. But now, how many are going to take heed to what she said? Because guess what? It's coming up again. You got to be able. Now, you got to be able to teach. You need education. It's good to get training. It's good to get teaching. It's good to go to school to get as much as you can get. We need these things. Now, there are certain things in Bible college that you got to learn how to hear and don't hear. Because they be teaching some stuff. They be teaching some stuff way out there in their field. But you got to know what to receive and what not to receive. And some of that stuff that they teach you, you be like, what in the world? Evolution and all this stuff. What? Right. So you got to know what to receive and what not to receive. You need the training. Oh, I don't need to go to school. Yeah, you do. Because you don't know some stuff. I don't need nobody to tell me. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So we need the training even in leadership so we will know how to do things, what to do, and what not to do. Because some people just do anything. It's time out for just doing anything. It's time out for just throwing that word out there or just on the top. Now, I'm going to say this. Let me say this here. I did tell y'all, come January, it's going to be a whole different ball game. There are going to be times when you're going to preach. I'm not even going to tell you when you're preaching. You're just going to have to be ready. Now, also, the one that's not preaching, catch this. There are going to come times, I'm just going to call you to give words of encouragement. Words of encouragement. You don't have to go in the pulpit, but you can stand right on the floor behind the pulpit and give words of encouragement. Amen. Amen. Well, why, Barnes? Why are you doing that? Because the time is going to come. You're going to be called on. Amen. And you need to be ready.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to be ready. I'm working on being ready. There's always a but. But there's a rocky foundation on my part. Not rocky. It's not on good. It's not on a solid foundation. But I can give good encouragement words in spite of what I've been through. But it's a whole lot of junk that I got to be delivered from so I can move forward.
You recognize that. You admit that now. Because you admit that, God can do it. God can do it. God can strip you of all those things that you're talking about that you can't get rid of yourself. It takes God to do. It takes God to do. You can do this. It's not going to be no time soon. It's going to be sometime next year.
Because when I was in the Baptist field, like when I get up and testify, I try to empty out. Before I
be careful.
Do that myself in the spirit. My business was all out in the street. Oh, I didn't know that.
See,
what?
That's what we just talking about.
And it's a lot of stuff that's I harbored in. And I know God understands my tears because I really want to grow in Christ. And it's a lot of stumbling blocks. But like I said, I'm not on a solid foundation. And I'm here to get healed. That's
okay.
Amen.
And you can do that.
Amen.
You can get it when you ask for it. He said, ask me and I'll give you whatever you need. And because you ask, God is going to do that.
Amen.
God's going to do that. Okay. All right. Y'all be careful.
Thank you.
So you got to be on that solid ground. You got to be able to be taught. You got to be teachable. You got to be teachable. When you get to the point where you're not teachable, you don't want to teach you, then you got a problem. You don't know everything. You may a little bit, a little dabble do you, but you don't know everything. And God can do that. He can do that. He can use you. You'd be surprised, even with your testimony, you'd be surprised who need to hear that. Yes, ma'am. You get to say something.
You don't, not you in per se.
Right.
People, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay. It happens.
It's like, okay, the other day I was pierced.
Okay.
Dead to my heart. I mean, it
Okay.
really hurted me.
Okay.
And I really wanted to just give up and go back out there.
Exactly.
And at the time, I really couldn't talk to people. I just wanted to be by myself.
Right.
But if I was to share that testimony, it's only by the grace of God that I'm here today.
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
Okay.
And I stay around the fire. I know I should have been here last night, but it was like so much going on in my household that I just couldn't come out. But anyway, I know God's gonna fix it. God just pray for me.
Okay.
I was on the ground.
You know what? And when you were saying that, you got to do like Judas did. You got to stand on your foot, stand flat footed. Not say, devil, you got to get out of the house. You got to speak with authority. You got to let him know, you're not coming up in my house and tearing up nothing. You got to put him in his place. Because what happens is, as long as he know he got leeway, he's going to do what he is, and he know that you're trying to move forward. And he's bringing all these distractions to try to hinder you. Can you give me some drink? I don't care. So, this is what you have to do, because when the enemy know that you're trying to get closer to God, what is going to happen? He's going to bring all this crazy stuff. And then you're trying to figure out what in the world? But the thing is, God is able. And by the time I call you, girl, you're going to be on it.
You see, what I'm saying is, people always say, okay, I was always called the Cabbage Patch Child. I was called all these names and whatever. I didn't go into detail.
Right.
Because I don't want to go back into a state of depression.
Right.
Anyway, I was called all these names, but then as God changed me,
Uh-huh.
I can make people laugh and do things.
Yeah.
They say, girl, you crazy. And they still say these words. I'm not crazy at all. God gave me good sense.
Maybe they're not calling you crazy. It's just just a word. Just a expression people say.
Yeah, but
They tell me that all the time.
but a lot of times, I'm not strong, I'm not where you are,
Right.
but a lot of times when people say it, it kind of scars me
Yeah.
because of what I've been through.
Right. And that's I'm telling you, that's the trick. And he try to depress you with something like that. But the devil is a lie.
Yeah.
We ban it up right now. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen to you, because you belong to the King. You belong to God. Yes, ma'am.
But if you said something about the heart was pierced last week, I just said about 2 weeks ago. If it's something that happened here with the members here, even me or your pastor, or whoever, it needs to be told so we can deal with it.
Oh, we got it straight. The person came back to me on her own terms and apologized and everything. But the word was out there. That's what struck me. It was out there.
Exactly.
And I can't believe, I said, why you throw me under the bus? You don't do that.
Right. But you know what? Even though people apologize, it's out there.
Yeah, you can forget.
There's certain things you
forget.
can There's certain things you can take back.
Yeah.
But when that word is out there, you know they used to say, "Sticks and stones, they break my bone, but words will never hurt me." I don't agree with that. Words will hurt you. Words will hurt. But the thing is, we got to learn. Lord, help me not to be hurt. Help me, give me a clean heart, give me a new heart. Give me a heart like that. Because if we had to endure some of the things that he went through, we would never make it. But he can do it. You're going to be okay. You're going to be good.
But I'm learning to listen more
Yes.
and talk less, because I used to come in and be counting and cutting up stuff. I tone that down.
You got to do what you got to do. You know what works for
Come
you.
in and start listening more and just talk
Exactly. You know what works for you. And that's the very important. You got to know what works for you. What worked for you might not work for me. What worked for me might not work for you, but whatever works for you, that's what you got to do. Apostle Son, you got your hand up, I think, kind of.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I had my for a while, but
I'm sorry.
I can't. That's okay. I can't remember what you was talking about at the time. I think about receiving the word.
Yes.
And I had to write down. I've been forgetting. A person can't just receive part of the word.
Yeah.
They gotta see the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't push the other part off on somebody
Oh,
else,
no.
because the same one that's pushing it off on me, other people can see the other person, what's going on, but that person that pushed it can't see it.
Of course.
So,
Of course.
they got to know, they need to know, that comes in telling that person about, his or her wrongdoings, or whatever you said earlier. And if I'm doing wrong, tell me. Then when you jump up and get attitude, you ask for it.
But guess what? They might not can take it from you. They'll take it from somebody else.
Without a doubt.
It's hard to, and you know, sometimes, well, you two ladies stop.
Yeah,
Sometimes when you, I don't know, I just love my whole train of thought. Y'all, I'm telling you, Mama, Grandma might be. That's when I put them in timeout. Can they just go to timeout? These two girls, they just play all that nonsense. Yeah.
Sometimes there are certain things a person not only have to be delivered, but they have to be convicted of what they're doing in order for them to stop. If they don't be convicted, they don't be doing it.
And then, you know, this is what we need to pray, Lord, show them themselves.
that's what I do.
Let them see themselves. And let them realize that it is them and they need a deliverance. They need a deliverance.
Because I'm gonna be honest with all y'all, I love to dance. Y'all might even say it.
Mhm.
I just love to dance.
And sweet partners, yeah. I've seen you dance here in the house of God. Sweet partners. I love to dance.
There you go.
And my, you know, sometimes I have to tell my knee, come and go with me because we got to dance tonight.
That's right.
And it's like I don't want to. I said, well, I'm in the head, so you got to come with me. So we got, like he said, switch partners. I love to dance. I love music. But I switch partners. I told y'all this time, I ain't been saved all my life. I used to love beer. Swiss Bull. Good God from Zion. And I would take that cigarette, the ashy cigarette, put it in there, your son, make it stronger, and get a bring out.
Yep, yeah, I remember.
Okay, thank
I
you.
know about that.
I don't want to feel stupid. But, you know, but the thing is, I changed partners. I used to love to go out the club. I love to go to the club. I love to party because we go to one that did shut down, we go to another one.
Yeah, right.
And with that shut down, I'll come all the way to Clinton. And then that was shut down, I would come to Fayetteville. So I mean, just change partners. I don't know why people think that being saved has got to be so boring. It is not boring. It is if you want to be boring. But you can have, God don't want you to be bored all the time. He's a happy, he said he loves a cheerful person. He loves to be cheerful. You know, so there are things that as being in ministry, we got to learn to show people, hey, it's fun serving the Lord. Amen. This is when I told y'all when he was talking about this class, I said, look, I'm sorry, I'm not the normal teacher because I like to have fun. I like feedback. I like to laugh. You know, I can't deal with these dead dry classes that sometimes you have to go to. Because I'll be like, these hurts, I'm ready to go home. Yeah, because it can be boring. It can really break your nerves. So you got to be able to instruct, teach, education, preaching, and preparation. Any comments, any questions? Y'all ready to go?
Not now.
No, keep going.
You sure? What you say, Pastor? You gotta know he good. Y'all can tell. What you say, pretty lady? You say go ahead. All right, Judy didn't pack her bag. She about ready to roll. You ready to roll. Sat down, Judy. We're gonna go.
Got you ready to roll.
Okay, number 4. It appoints qualified men to serve as elders. Can somebody read Titus chapter 1 and verse 5? Titus chapter 1 and verse 5.
I could read mine.
Okay, that's fine.
It says, I left you on that island of Crete so you could complete our work there
Mhm.
and appoint elders in each town as I instruct you.
Yeah. So that is one of the jobs of the preacher, the evangelist. 1 and 5, yes. That is one of the things that we have to do. There's a job to it. There's more to it, y'all, than just, and I'm gonna go through, um, um, the different types of evangelists. Okay? There are some people that's just anointed to go out in the streets.
That's right.
I'm telling you, there are people that are anointed, got street ministry. There are people that are anointed to do that. If you're not anointed to do that, you better get some wisdom. You better get some wisdom. If you're not anointed to go into the drug house and all these other houses, you better get some wisdom. There are some people that are anointed to go to the nursing homes. I want a nursing home ministry. I also want a prison ministry. There are some people that are anointed to go into prison. Yes, ma'am.
I can't find Titus in my Bible.
It's your heart.
Huh?
You can't find Titus
That's second to
after 2 Timothy.
Index. I did. I didn't even see Timothy. I got here to James. Not too far. Did you get learn about?
You got 2 Timothy? Yes, ma'am.
And also, that's the one that, when you, out there, doing the, work of, evangelist, he's a teacher. You have to, let God lead you and to keep you and then he'll work in you, in your life, and work in you, give you words to say to people when you come in contact with people. And how
Contact,
to, yeah, how to, just for instance, what he told me, for my teaching and stuff, and when I come, the ministers, I'm teaching, and I know that how he's dealing with me in the word.
Right.
And sometimes he said, well, I put my word in you, Prophet Jude. And when time comes, I send you out to do things I can't do it unless he, God direct me.
Definitely.
And sometimes he have me to go to people and tell them some things and sit and pray or go to an individual or my family or my cousin or anybody like that in my family to go to them and tell them to pray and he give me words for them. I do it. But I told the Lord, I said, I can't do nothing without your Holy Spirit
Definitely.
in me. So
Definitely.
help me to be holy, that people will see the light that God is in me.
Definitely.
And that I can do what, encourage people.
Yeah.
In that way, and be what God called me to be.
Mhm.
I said, well, in a way, this is what I'm getting ready to say. He had spoke to me about my health and stuff, and things that are going on in my life. And I told him, thank you. Give thanks every day and every morning. And he put these songs in my heart to pray for one another. Sometimes he wakes me up at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning
Mhm.
to pray. And I said, Lord, I thank you. Thank you for what you're doing in
That's
me.
it. Yeah.
I can't do nothing without God.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm trusting in God. I say, every day, God, order my steps.
Yeah.
Keep me in your word.
Right.
Fill me with your presence. Let me be in your presence.
Mhm.
And I've been praying these prayers. And sometimes the Lord said, I know your name, Prophet Jude. I put the word like I put in Jeremiah's mouth to speak. So I said, well, Lord, I thank you. I give you praise.
Yes. So, you got to be able to receive those things from the Lord. And as said, as he was reading, and which I have the message Bible, which would you read the
New Living Translation.
the what?
New Living Translation.
Right. The message Bible said, I left you in charge in Crete so you can complete what I left have done. What I left have done, as I left you in charge. Appoint leaders in every town according to my instructions. Now, down further, it talks about the things that he would ask the elder. As you select them, ask him, is this man well thought of? Is he committed to his wife? Are his children believers? Do they respect him and stay out of trouble? It is important that a church leader responsible for the affairs of God's house be looked upon, not pushy, not short-tempered. And people in the house, God, they temper about that long. They can't take nothing. They can't take anything. Not a drunk, not a bully, not money hungry. He must welcome people, be helpful, wise, fair, reverent, have a good grip on himself and have a good grip on the message. How are you going to have a good grip on the message? By studying the word. And I'm telling you, the Bible is good, but sometimes you need some help, some commentaries, some dictionaries, and some concordance, and some other translations of the Bible. I have more than enough Bibles. I got about a whole bunch of them. I can't even call them all, at least 13. But the thing is this, we need help. King James is good. But you know that you ever heard people say, I don't read it because I don't understand all these these and thous. And
Well, I said that.
you know, and people say it because they didn't understand that. This is why you need some help. You need to get some like commentaries. And then what did you get that day? Was it the Message Bible that you got that day? We went to the store. That helps. Why? Because it speaks down in plain English exactly what the word is really saying. I like the Message Bible. Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people feel, they forget that they tell God they can't understand that word and I need help. So he got people out there writing the Bible so that you'll be able to understand what it's saying. It means the same as
Yes.
another word. All words got more than one definition.
Exactly.
So that's why, it's good to have it.
It's
But
good.
I feel like most of the time though, if most people got King James Bible in the church, everybody should try to have King James with them, because you get to reading it. A lot of people don't know where you're at. We're talking about stuff like that. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah.
My
Oh yeah.
opinion.
You got to have it. You
I
need
think
to have
others
that.
just study it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good to have some helps to go along with your regular Bible. All right. Any questions? Let's go to the yes, sir.
I have one Bible. It's one of my favorites. It's has 26 translations,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
parallel Bible,
Yeah.
which is very good. And when we just read the 16th century, the King James alone, we're dealing with 15th, 16th century English.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not more than English, and it throws some people off.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you got to be very careful. You really have to be careful. Any questions before we move on? Yes, ma'am.
I was told that between the Old Testament and the New Testament, there was a black Bible written in the middle that was inspired by God with these black apostles or whatever that was taken out of the Bible. There's more books than the King James Version. Is that true or false?
It's more than King James Version. Yeah, like she said.
No,
she
I'm
got
talking
message-
about with
Black
this
Bible.
Bible, say like the King James Version, all scriptures are inspired by God. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, in the King James Version, you got the Old Testament and the New Testament. They said
There's something between the Old
There's
Testament and
something-
New Testament.
that's a black Bible.
That's what they call it, lost books or something.
Yeah, somebody lost books. Is that what it is?
Know that it's called the Apocryphy,
Exactly.
and the Apocryphy is hidden, or it's in between books that were written in between. I think this is around 70 books, maybe 72 books. But all of those books wasn't canonized during King James time. And what they did was use those that they felt was more essential to salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're reading the Maccabees and those, And then the lost books, the hidden books, the Dead Sea Scrolls. And those are, I was preaching once and I made mention of the book of Nicodemus. But I forgot what crowd I was preaching at. Nicodemus. And, but they are literal books. The Hebrew Bible have them.
Yeah.
But the King James doesn't include them.
Guys, how you spell it, where I'm seeing, but I have it, I talk to somebody.
Apocryphy. I'm gonna have to do that.
A-P-O-C-H.
AP.
Don't bear the thing now. A-P-O.
APOTHECARY.
Yes.
O-P, A-P-O-T-H-E-C-A-R-Y.
Sounds like
Okay.
So that's true?
it. But this is essential for salvation here, what we have, six books. You make it happen with that. And that doesn't deal with the, adding to or taking away from the word. And adding to and taking away is when you change the design.
Exactly.
So he said there are books that was between the Old Testament and New Testament, but you know that it were not was canonized for the salvation.
So that's true, right?
There's some words, there's some books.
Okay, I got another question. Why come the marriage vows, when people get married, is not written in the Bible? Anybody know where you gotta use another book for the marriage vows? Why come it's not in the Holy Bible? Why come it's not in the Bible?
I don't know.
Because I asked the man, he couldn't answer my question either. I was just wondering.
I have one response to that, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
Why is not drive a Nissan Armada? It's not in the Bible. Everything is not in the Bible.
Yeah, everything is not in the word.
It's there, but you got to put it together in different places. So that's what they did in that book. There's different places in that book. They even got scriptures. You can go back to it and
It talks about marriage couples and all
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying when people take their marriage vows and he does his wedding ceremony, why come it's not in the book?
Well, some people use their own vows, and the vows that we have in our ministers' manuals, they are guidelines.
It came from the Bible?
They are guidelines as making a vow. When you make a vow, in marriage, it's a contract.
that's the word.
Yeah.
But it will take us away from the message.
Oh, okay, no, I was just wondering. Y'all just don't know what's going through my brain right now.
Okay.
I've been through a lot.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
I mean, that's all we even find out is ask.
I still don't know.
He said, if any man lack of understanding, of course, we just ask, and I give you understanding. Okay. What number is that? Number 5. Receives and thoroughly investigates accusations against elders. These are some of the 19 areas of responsibility that to receive and thoroughly investigate accusations against elders. It says 1 Timothy 5:19. My Message Bible says, don't listen to a complaint against a leader that isn't backed up by 2 or 3 responsible witnesses. Sometimes people go by what somebody said and just take them at their word. That's 1 Timothy 5:19, 20, and 22. Like I said,
20 and 22, you want me to read it?
no, I'm reading it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm reading it out of my Message Bible. 19 says, don't listen to a complaint against the people. Judge people by what somebody else said. It said, but don't listen unless it's backed up by 2 or 3 witnesses. Unless it's backed up by 2 or 3 witnesses. And then sometimes you have to be careful that because they got together and put that thing together. If anyone falls into sin, call that person on the carpet. Those who are inclined that way will know right off that they can't get by with it. Wonderful scriptures say, go to him and him alone. And then if they don't accept it, then you take it a little bit further. And then if they take it, then you bring it before the church. Okay, but sometimes people just want to do it, just have something done so they can embarrass people. No. You got to do it the right way. You remember I said earlier, that God is a God of order.
Yes.
And there's an order, there's a way that you do that when somebody has done something wrong. He said, if I was to see him, he said, call that person to come. There's a way that you do it. Okay? God and Jesus and angels are all back me up in these instructions. Carry them out without favoritism. And I think I heard us talk about favoritism a while ago. Without taking sides. Well, I'm gonna be on her side. That's my sister. No, if my sister's wrong, she's just wrong.
That's right.
If my brother's wrong, he's just wrong. And then this is what people do. They do it because it's family. No. Because when you stand before God, you got to get account of that stuff. Okay? Well, don't appoint people to church leadership position too hastily. Sometimes people put people in position too quick. And you done made a mess. You got to know who you put in position. Why would I put a thief in charge of money? And they halfway delivered. They halfway delivered. And then you're going to put them in charge of the money. Are you kidding me? Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's it. You can't do that. You got to pray about who you put in every position. Why would you put a deacon? Why would you put a man just because I like the way he dressed and the way he come to church and I'm a put you as a deacon? What does the word say? Look among you and find what? With what? Filled with the Holy Ghost.
So you saying everyone that has a job in the church has to have the Holy Ghost?
They need to be saved. They need the Holy Ghost.
I mean, they could be saved, but I'm saying they have to have the
They
Holy Ghost.
need the Holy Ghost. Yes. Why? Why do they need the Holy Ghost? Go ahead. and keep you in directions. Because y'all, we still in the flesh. Flesh ain't no good. Yes, ma'am.
Because the Holy Ghost, when you get ready to do something wrong, the Holy Ghost kick in the middle. The middle, that's like I'm touching them. Don't say that.
Exactly.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
It would direct us. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm going to do a lesson. Pastor asked me to do a lesson, do a class on the deacons. And I said, you sure they gonna listen? Because I mean, there is a deacon. Y'all may think I'm kidding. I'm gonna get you a prophet. A deacon should be right next to the pastor.
Amen.
They should be able to get up and completely teach that word of God.
Amen.
Not in the pulpit, but on the floor.
Amen.
I experienced that. I saw this young man, and I saw him at the place that we was eating the other day. And he was awesome. The pastor wasn't there. He was out of town. And that young man, I'm telling you, that man didn't break that word down. But that deacon's will be right next to the pastor.
Amen.
That deacon should be able to carry the church on, just as if the pastor was there.
Amen.
They ought to be faithful, and everything else the word says about them. They got to be just that close. There's a big responsibility of being a deacon other than just calling that name as a deacon. They should have a great responsibility. And whenever I get ready to get to that point, get to that class that I'm going to teach on deacon, you're going to see. And it's going to call the deacons here to examine themselves.
Come on, somebody.
You're going to, and even, I think he said, the usher too. You know what it is to be an usher. You've been an usher, right? You was usher in the Baptist church? Yeah. Okay. You know, and there's certain things.
Yes, ma'am. My mom is on.
Lord, help me up here, Jesus. There are certain things that an usher don't do.
That's right. That's right.
There are certain things that ushers don't carry themselves.
That's right.
And I'm limited to what I can say. I'm not a member here. There's certain things that I could say, but I'm not going to say because it's not my place to say, unless the Holy Ghost says so.
Amen.
Then the pastor's will say, you can come back here and teach me now. I can understand. First of all, y'all gotta understand, I'm a deliverance minister. And y'all know how a deliverance ministry is. And so we just do what we do. But there are certain things that ushers do not do.
Amen.
There are certain ways that they carry it. There's a certain way to carry yourself as being an usher. So when I go to that class, we're gonna see whether they still stay as usher or not.
Usher,
Slow down.
I've learned is being an usher. An usher is not supposed to let no one in when they're praying.
You're right.
Do
It's
their
true.
arms like this when they're praying, and when they walk up and they hold the plates up, when they said, when the pastor say, okay, this might be this offer, the usher's not supposed to say a word. They're not supposed to pray over you. It's a whole lot.
There's certain things, I'm telling you, there's certain things. I mean, and y'all know what? This is going back to, you remember what I said a while ago? The evangelist is supposed to come to help set things in order. There has to be order in the house of God. There's uniformity in the house of God. You don't come looking toward from the floor. Right attitude at the door. You got to have a right attitude. It means that because first of all, you're the first person they're going to see when they reach that door. And you got to have a welcoming spirit. So that's a whole different class. But when I teach on that, we're going to see.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just happen.
Please do.
I remember my wife and I, we were at Lebanon, a pastoral ship. Actually, I can't say we was kicked out, it was taken from us. And we was really downtrodden because we had given up so much. We left our home, we left our family,
wow.
we went to another state.
Wow.
The pastor, the apostle said, come, and we have this church here. We need you to pastor this church. Then it comes to the point where we can no longer afford you.
Wow.
And we can't afford the parsonage and so forth and so on. And the church has decided, since we're low in funds, it's time for you to go.
Wow.
But they gave up everything, and then they left us with nothing,
Steve,
nowhere to go.
Steve.
And we visited the church my brother was attending before he became pastor. And it was the ushers at the door when we were hurting inside. The ushers at the door
Wow.
made that one visit
See,
worthwhile.
see,
And we joined that church.
see. You see what I'm saying?
And I became the church evangelist and worked my way on the state level.
Wow.
See?
Those ushers.
At the door.
Standing at the door.
Yeah.
They loved us like they knew us and we was a part of the family.
You see?
I had never seen them.
That makes a difference. That makes a difference. I'll tell you, she was awesome. She's awesome. I'm telling you, when I first came, I'm like, wow, wow. But you got to have that attitude.
So it's
Can't be snobbish, man.
You ever seen Scotty Usher?
He's awesome.
Oh my God.
He's awesome. I mean, he's an usher. He's not an usher, he's an usher. He's good at what he does. And I applaud him. And you know what? When I went to him and talked to him about what I would like for him to do, not I want you to do, no, I would like if you could do this for me. No problem. Yes, ma'am. What you want me to do? See what I'm saying? You got to be able to be receptive. And you know, when you want somebody to do something, you want to do no. Look, I let them know when I was in the school system, when I worked with those teachers, I said, let me tell you something, I can work with anybody. Whatever you ask me to do, I don't mind doing it.
And
But
also,
when you think you're gonna tell me to do something, I'm not gonna do it.
also Sister Kate is a good usher too, whenever she get a chance to do it.
When you have experienced it and you have been taught how you're supposed to be, you can do it. But then after you and Scotty has been taught, the one that don't know how, you should be able to teach them. You understand what I'm saying? And if they want to do it, if they are receptive, they will take that instruction because as Sheila told me, she said, I don't really know. She said, I need to be taught. With a mind like that, with a spirit like that, she can be taught. And this could be the most awesome usher boy here. Now, not only that, when other churches this is what I'm saying, this is where order come in. When other churches having their anniversary, y'all should be able to go there
Amen.
and support them. I don't care if they were 2 or 3.
That's right.
Because one day you're gonna have a Usher's anniversary.
That's right.
And you can want somebody to come back here.
That's right.
But you gotta, in order to be friendly, you gotta what? Show yourself friendly. So it should be able to, we can go over there.
That's right.
And when you go dressed in uniform
That's right. That's right. That's right.
to this church.
And I'm saying that Christ Chapel, I believe it's first Sunday, is it first Sunday in October?
I think so.
Last Sunday in September.
Last Sunday, September?
Tomorrow?
Mhm.
No,
This is the.
no, going to,
The last Sunday in October is down to Elder Ingram, Charles Ingram.
that's in home.
Christ Chapel is, it's in October.
Should be the first
First
Sunday.
Sunday in October.
Okay.
They're having their purchase. Anniversary.
Anniversary.
And I've been invited to speak.
Mhm.
And so our ushers gonna have to be there.
And see, the thing about it is, the good thing about it is, a lot of time when, and I've been with our church, a lot of time when the pastor go, they use their ushers.
That's right.
They don't use that church's ushers.
That's right.
They use their own ushers.
Yes.
I do my part, as long as my legs go with me.
They go with you because you're the head, so you got to go where you go.
That's right.
So this is what I'm saying. This is where order come in. And so as you go to them, and when it's time for your anniversary, they can come back to you, and you'll be surprised how what a blessing it could be to the ministry.
Amen.
Okay, that's a whole totally different class.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Let me go ahead.
And our ushers need to identify themselves, and how they do identify themselves is with the uniform that they have on. And most ushers that you see, they got on white.
Yeah.
And not only the clothes, white gloves.
That's right.
It identifies that you are an usher.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people have a pin on, and if you
Yeah.
don't have the pin to say you're usher, those clothes will identify you as being
Yeah.
an usher.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
this is what I'm saying. This is where y'all. This is where order come in.
Mhm.
This man wants to set this place in order.
Yes, yes.
And if he didn't, he wouldn't want all these different classes
That's right.
to teach the people
That's right.
so that they can learn.
And you're also supposed to have white shoes, but your toes are not supposed to be out.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly. They are well, usher shoes, new shoes, whatever. I used to be an usher, and I loved it.
Yes.
I love being an usher. But the thing is, you have got to have somebody with a pleasant attitude.
That's right.
That's going to, even if they're not at the door, if they're on the floor, they still need to be pleasant.
Amen.
And even, you know what, and babies will recognize when people are pleasant. They can get more out of it. That usher can get that baby to do something that that parent can't get them to do.
Exactly. Now, since she was very pleasant, but one thing about her, she just cannot get into that white all over. Sometimes they'll do wear white and black,
Uh-huh.
but
At certain times of year, you wear white, and at certain times of year, you wear black
Spring
and
and
white.
summer, you wear white, fall and winter, you wear black.
Black and white or just black. Okay, so I guess it's just a thing that has to be done. So this is one of the things that Evangelist also helps them to help put in order, help them. Like I said, they're not a debit to the ministry. They're an asset. They come to be a blessing to the ministry. Okay? All right. And again, it says you need to be able to give instructions, and you need to be able to be instructed. And let me tell you, and as the ministers, every door that's open is not of God. Every door, sometimes he will set you up. He will set you up. This is why you need to be prayerful before you go anywhere. Just don't say, I'll go, I'm going. No. You got to be prayerful. Pray about it. The Bible doesn't pray about everything. Okay?
Every door that's open is what?
Every door that's not open is not of God.
that's right.
Mhm.
Sure.
All right. Let me, you said?
And you said pray about it.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you have to pray and see if the Lord wants you to go.
Exactly. Exactly. He might not want you to go.
That's right.
Years ago, there you can take that off now. Years ago, I was in this church and I because I went through a lot of stuff there. And one of the ministers, about a year or two later, she called me and she wanted me to do a service. I ain't going, honey. I ain't going. I just ain't going.